up with the times.
Well, it's something that we always talk about, Glenn.
Yeah, that's an excellent point, and it carries over more than just the reunion event. It's adversely affecting places like the Veterans of Foreign Wars, American Legion, Disabled American Veterans. Yeah.
Look, anybody can go to an American Legion post, and we're actually traveling to one shortly after this for a benefit ride for Frank Responte. But you go there and you look at the age. I mean, I'm 50. You guys are older than me, Vietnam vets. We got to get the younger guys interested and make them feel welcome to come and participate.
Yeah, I was thrilled that there was 3 people from Patrick playing bingo there last night.
At American Legion Post 200?
American Legion Post 200.
Right there at Satellite Beach.
So, but that's what we need, and there needs to be a thought change on the part of us existing people on what needs to be done to attract the younger crowd and keep the younger crowd.
And I don't know what it is other than a camaraderie of fellowship. I mean I can't think of any other thing for VFWs, American Legions. I mean, it's got to be something to bring them all together. I mean, and because they just don't seem to be coming out. I mean, it just.
Folks, we're talking to Doc Holliday, who has given a whole lot of his life to helping out vets, and you have a particular way of doing it, though. You're a DJ. You're a sound man. You put music out there. You mentioned just a moment ago how many charities that you help with their various benefits throughout the year. You're going to be helping AVET Project with the Project Week have
March 5th, I think. March 5th?
March 3rd. March 3rd. More details to come, folks. Good. But what does that mean to you? I mean, why do you do that?
You know, a lot of people have asked me that, and other than the selfish reason would be is that if you're actually out there playing music to people and you're charging nothing to help somebody, I mean, a lot of people get to see what you do. Mm-hmm. And if you're a band that just wants to kick off and you think, hey, listen, I want to start right off at the county line at $500, and you bring in 6 people, you won't be back. So you've got to get out there and you've got to help the community. And I've always felt, I'm getting a little tingly, but I've always felt that when you see a sick kid, or if you see parents that were just in a car accident and they can't make their bills, or you see a veteran that has a talent of an artist sitting in a homeless shelter, and all you can do is help out. I think it's our duty as human beings to help other human beings. I mean, the only time I get upset, and I'll say it now, I will not do a charity event anywhere at an establishment that does not give back to that charity event. If all you're going to get is free entertainment and a bunch of people drinking your booze, and you're not going to give anything back, you'll never get Doc Holliday.
So don't bother calling Doc Holliday.
Don't call Doc Holliday.
And that's an important point, because most people, I mean, the idea is to make it a win-win for everybody. Right. All the groups involved, the folks that show up are going to enjoy some wonderful music and entertainment. And I know we've seen you at so many different venues. I mean, you're really out there, and a lot of it you do for free, which is kind of amazing. But so thank you so much for that, and thank you for your service to our country too. Appreciate you joining us today. Give us the dates for the VVB's.
The reunion's the 26th to the 29th of April, and of course next Saturday I'll be at the Wickham Park for the Ben ride, which is Bikers in Need, which is a great charity event. And then of course then the following weekend I'm in Port St. John at American Legion post up there across from the Pinto, and I forgot the number of it. And then of course I'll be helping you the following week after that.
So you're going to be a busy guy.
Oh yeah. But I like doing it. I like doing it. Plus, who wants to cut the yard every weekend? Come on, hey.
Yeah. And in case it wasn't clear, the Wickham Park is where the annual reunion is held for Vietnam and all veterans. So.
And it isn't just music, beer, T-shirts, and vendors. There's a real reason there too.
Oh.
And tell us about that. The wall.
The wall is definitely there. That is actually Brevard County. That's our wall, with the support of the community, support of sponsors, support of a lot of people. We built our own wall, and this wall travels constantly throughout the year, and it will be there. It's the Vietnam Wall, and I believe the Iraqi wall is going to be there along with the Afghanistan wall. Mm-hmm. And
Bill Cox, shout out to him. Good man.
Oh, excellent. I mean, the walls are very, very moving, especially when you see the families coming up and they leave things and artifacts. It's just a heartfelt thing.
Yeah, and it's important to note that even though last weekend we were in Orlando for the Wall That Heals, which is the VVMF's wall, coming through town for particular purpose. They were collecting photos to match up with each of the names. The VVB's wall, and this is nothing, I'm not putting down the VVMF's wall in Orlando.
I know what you mean.
VVB's wall is really special. It really is. And the way that it's set up, AVET Project and our volunteers have been out there the last few years helping set up. Gary and Wendy Riefert with Hollywood Limousine are always there throughout the reunion picking up trash. It's just kind of neat to see the entire veteran community gel for one common purpose, and that's just to have a good time, like you mentioned, the camaraderie, and also it benefits the VVB's outreach.
And we bring the wall in. I want to say it's the 22nd. We bring the wall in over at BCC. So
Big
if you'd like to
escort.
be a part of it. Oh, huge.
Big motorcycle escort.
Huge. I'll be playing that too. Come on out. Free. And I think they have free beer, but it's always a good time.
Yeah, and the neat thing there is all motorcyclists and even vehicles, if you want,
Right.
join the entourage. We go down Highway 1. It's a police escort.
It is.
And we end up down at Wickham Park, have some beers, help set up the wall. It's just a really unique opportunity to
That's when I set up my campground.
There you go.
I stay all week.
There you go. And yeah, there's also great food there. There's just all kinds of things, and there's going to be plenty of vendors. It's the 25th, so we encourage everybody to get involved with that and check it out. You can go to avetproject.org for details on that upcoming. And you mentioned that you're going to be helping out AVET Project and an event coming up on
March 3rd.
March 3rd. We'll have more details on that. So again, Doc, thank you so much, not just for
Thanks
your
for having
service
me.
to our
I
country, but
appreciate
for
it.
everything you do here locally. Really appreciate it. Glenn, after we come back from the break, we're going to hit several different topics. Some of them are near and dear to my heart because I happen to be working with a young man who's catastrophically disabled after an IED blast, and we'll hit on some other points that I think are timely.
Yeah, and I want you to share that story with the young man that's with the IED, injured unfortunately with an IED blast, because it's something we can talk about the effect for other veterans.
Before we go to the bottom of the break, I want to mention right now the AVET Project Scavenger Hunt Ride. This is pre-Super Bowl. I know on Sunday, February 5th, everybody's going to be watching the big game. That's great, but give a little bit of your time. You can come out. It's a scavenger hunt. Everybody's a little tired of the poker runs, so we mixed it up a little bit, and you're going to be able to go have breakfast at selected American Legion posts, North and South County. You have breakfast, you travel to the next American Legion post, pick up your next clue. It might be a flag, might be a VA benefits manual, might be an AVET Project pin or button. You follow along until you end up at the Veterans Memorial Center right there on Sykes Creek Parkway.
Can't miss it. It's right behind the Merritt Square Mall, and you've got 2 Cobra helicopters coming right after you.
To greet you as
you won't miss the place.
We'll have the stage set up. It's going to be a really fun time. All the proceeds to this are going to benefit AVET Project's PR&R, Project Recuperation and Reintegration, which we're holding 2 retreats, a female warrior retreat early part of February, and then the following weekend, the male warrior retreat. And we'll talk about that here in a moment. But folks, I just wanted to get you thinking about this. It's only for a couple hours on Super Bowl Sunday from noon to 2. Earlier in the morning, have breakfast, American Legion Post. Come out, have a good time. It's going to be a blast, and we want to see everybody there. You'll probably hear the promos on WMEL throughout the week. Folks, stick with us here on American Warrior Radio. We'll be back in a flash.